Hi, everyone. My name is Devin Becker, and I am here to lead you through the beginnings of a workshop on CollectionBuilder-gh. Collection Builder is a static web-generated digital collection site that you can use using only GitHub.com's repository interfaces. So I'm going to share my screen, and we can begin. So as I mentioned, it's a GitHub-based digital collection site. You'll need a github.com account. So if you do not have one already, please make sure you go to github.com, sign up, get your account, and then go to this page here, github.com/collectionbuilder. If you'd like to learn more about the project, we have a lot of documentation and some general information at our website, CollectionBuilder-gh, which is also hosted on GitHub Pages, like the digital collection you're about to build. This will show you some of the features of Collection Builder, look at some of the types that we have and that we're developing, and give you some background on the project overall. But you're going to go to Collection Builder and then click on CollectionBuilder-gh. That is the repository we're going to use as a template to start this project. Luckily for us, there's a big green button that says use this template. So we will push that to get started. And what this is going to do is it's going to copy the repository. It's a static web generated website machine, essentially, software. So you'll copy it here, and then you're going to move it to your own. This is my GitHub username, DCNB. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to move it to here. So I'm going to call it a Collection Builder demo. And then you can add a short description. Builder in the description area. You'll want to make it public because we're going to publish it on the web using GitHub Pages. You don't need to include all branches. You can click Create Repository, and that will build the repository in your own user-based kind of in your own area on GitHub. So this is it. This is the whole project. This is a Jekyll repository, and Jekyll uses particular ways of kind of denoting different folders and directory structures in their site, and then using a number of different files to generate the websites that it will produce. And so it uses folders such as the underscore data, the underscore includes, the underscore layouts, the underscore sass, which uses a CSS type generating process, and something that we'll look at soon, the underscore config YAML, to generate a website that is essentially just static web files. So HTML files, CSS files, and JavaScript files that can be served directly from GitHub via a service they call GitHub Pages. GitHub Pages sites need to be less than 1 gigabyte, so this is best for a lightweight digital collection and not like a lot of videos or something like that. But to get started, we are going to first turn this into a website by turning on GitHub Pages. So you're going to go to your settings on your repository. You are going to scroll down to the GitHub Pages setup here and turn on GitHub Pages to be a master branch. And it will refresh the page. It says GitHub Pages sources saved. And you can scroll down and see that GitHub Pages is ready to be published at this URL here. And so we're going to copy that URL because we're going to add it to our front page for ease of use. And it's being built right now, so it's not quite ready, but it will be ready soon. And so we've copied that link at the bottom, and then we're going to click back on code, and we are going to add it here to this about section by clicking on the gear part, pasting in the website here, and saving changes. So then this will create give us a sense of the site here, and you can click it, and it's already being built. This is what the generator is building. You can also see that it's kind of broken. So there's sample items should have something here, If I click browse, there's nothing happening. So we've got a 404, something's wrong with the configuration of the site. So the first step we're going to do is to edit the config.yaml file. And so this is in any Jekyll-based static web project. The config YAML is basically the base instructions for building the site. And what we're going to edit right now, and then we'll come back to this later, are the URL variables of our site. So you're going to click into the config.yaml, and YAML is just a human readable file format that enables one to list different variables for different elements, or different elements for different variables. And so we're going to edit it here. And as you can see, there's a number of commented out lines, and a line is commented out if it begins with a hashtag. And so most of this is just human readable notes about the variables that you're entering in. And so the URL variables section has a number of different variables to enter. So we're going to first look at URL, and we're going to need to change that to move it. This came from, as you can see, it came from Collection Builder / CollectionBuilder-gh. So the organization was Collection Builder, and the repository was CollectionBuilder-gh. Now it has been moved to my organization, my personal site. So it's DCMB and Collection Builder Demo. And so GitHub Pages builds sites at this github.io web URL. And so we'll need to change the first part to your username, so not DCMB, whatever you're using here. And then whatever you've called this, so I've called it Collection Builder Demo, whatever you've called your repository, you'll need to change the base URL option here. So I'm going to change that to demo. And then we'll want to change also the source code, because you want to link directly to the source code here so people can see what you've done. And so we'll change that link. And this is just the URL of your repository here. And you can see that. So we've changed the URL variables. We'll move to the site settings and a few other settings later. And if this is your first commit, welcome to using Git. Git tracks the differences on files over the course of their edits. And it's a really powerful software to use for your own files, and especially in web development. So a commit usually asks for a note about why you've made the commit. So we say we edited URL variables, and this can be as elaborate or as short as you'd like. It depends if you're collaborating with other people. You might want to make sure that they understand exactly what you've done. And so we're going to commit those changes. So we've made those changes, and you can see that by going back to your main page and going to commits. And when you use a template like we just did in GitHub, it erases the history of that repository. And so you'll see the initial commit was me creating the repository. And now I've got another commit here of edited URL variables, and we'll be able to look at some of these later to see the other commits that have been made. So now let's see if we go to our page, if anything is starting to work. So let's hard refresh that. And look, there we go. So because now what we changed the way that the web links were built within the website. So the URL variables change how the web generator generates the links to either the pages within the website or the items the pages are featuring. So now the sample items are showing the sample items that we have in this demo, and you can click in to see that sample item, or you can click through some of them. You can also go and browse them all. And this only has 4 items, and they are being generated from a spreadsheet that just lists those 4 items. And we are going to move to that, to look at that spreadsheet and the objects in our next step here. But as you can see, so now you have you've set up your collection. You have a base repository, and in our next step, we're going to pull down some new metadata and some new objects so we can demonstrate how to how you would go about adding your own metadata and your own objects to a repository. We'll start that next.